live.
We're back.
Hello.
Hola, ¿cómo está? I'm still in Costa Rica 2 more weeks, so. And ain't technology grand? I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Yep, I can hear you fine.
Perfectly.
All right, good.
I can hear you
I
perfectly.
like those head nods.
Yeah, you're and your lips are syncing now, John.
Good. I feel stupid when people don't respond. I'm like, oh, I just said something really dumb. Nobody's responding, so yeah.
I'm just gonna move my lips and not talk and make you think that we can't hear you.
Yeah, like those bad Chinese kung fu movies. So we're going to talk about photography today and each share our own little sort of ideas and thoughts. And the reason I asked Nancy again, well, one, she's one of my favorites. She's one of my most.
You say that to all the girls.
No, I say no. You're in a special category. You're in the
Yes, I
same
am.
category as Maria and Maggie, and I don't know of anyone else.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
And it's defined by people who are into photography, ambitious, go-getters. They don't whine, complain, make excuses. They just are go-getters and have great attitudes. And we talk a lot. I probably have more conversations with you over the years than anyone else, and I've had you on many of these. And I sent you, Nancy, I sent John. I can't remember if I think I sent it to my daughter, my wife, a link to a promotion that it was just an idea I had, and I want to talk about that. That's the thing I want to talk about, and I want to get your feedback. So Nancy said, when I sent it to her, she said, well, you got time for a call? And I thought, well, never mind a call. Let's just talk about it during one of these photo buzzes, and that's what we're doing. So, and I'll show you what that is in a minute. The first thing I want to talk about is something different. I'm going to segue into that, and I have to show my screen. Oh. So you can see it?
Yep.
Can you see this here?
Yep.
I can't read it, but I can see it.
Your page insight summary for Westmount Photography, March 15th to April 11th. Mm-hmm. John, you see it clear?
I do.
Okay. So that's from Facebook, 14,000. So I'm up from before, 14,000 post reach, 3.8 thousand post engagements, and 6 new likes. So everything's up. That's up. I'm tracking that because, well, I use Facebook a lot. I use all social media. I post 3 times a day, and I also do a lot of pay-per-click, so paid ads in Facebook. Our industry, photography, is very well suited for social media, both for branding, which means you use it for free, or for paid ads where you can actually track the results. My wife and I use the pay-per-click for our Fairy Day promotions, for our Pink Door wedding, pop-up wedding business too. But we promote it both from just posts. I mean, if you're not taking advantage of the fact that it's free and posting several times a day, minimum, I do 3 times a day, minimum religiously. I never skip a day because it's something I really believe in. And let me go back to this picture here. Can you see it?
Yep.
It's like a trade show booth.
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, good. That's from 1988. That's my trade show in 1988. Sudbury, the year before, had their first ever big home trade show. We never had that before. And this is in this big, giant building. And I go in there, and I'm Mr. Double Booth, right? That's me. This is 1988. And I got all my pictures and my albums, and I'm promoting. And I used to do this in the wedding shows. When they had a wedding show, the first wedding show, I think, showed up around the same time. And all the photographers in my area pitched in and got a double booth, and they sort of went in as a group, like a co-op. That's fine. I said, no, I'm doing my own because that's just the way I am. You do that, I'll do this. I'm going to do my own thing because I just really, really believe in this kind of thing. So, so this is the same thing as doing a post on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. It's the same thing. You're just people walking by, they see you. People are on Facebook, they see you. It's a microburst when it's on social media. However, doesn't matter. It's the same concept. It's the same human interaction. So people see you in their mind. They're like, aha. So when I do these in the mall, some of our most successful promotions ever were doing a similar thing in the mall for 6 weeks leading up to Christmas back in 1997. We sold gift certificates at that time. You don't really make a lot of sales here. You might get some leads that you got to follow up on, but it's like 99.9% of the time you don't. But it's still a very, very valuable exercise because we're such a visual business. So anyways, I wanted to talk about this vis-a-vis that, tracking this sort of stuff. It's all under the same umbrella, whether it's a trade show, a wedding show, in the mall, anywhere where you are on display when you're using social media. So if you're not taking advantage of it, no matter what business you're in, especially a visual business like ours, which has that glamour appeal to it. I wasn't too bad back then, was I? I mean, look at me. I mean, photography with the glamour was big. See that down here? Glamour was really big. See the high contrast black and whites. So baby photography, yada yada, weddings. Just a little bit of glamour boudoir. So anyway, so that is something just to remind everybody and to sort of touch on as a marketing strategy, the value and importance of building your brand up and taking advantage of things like social media. All right. So here's the promotion. You guys can see the page?
I can.
Nancy, can you read that?
Sassy Sessions.
Yeah.
A new and exciting photographic experience.
So I came up with this idea because this young lady here, who, by the way, I'm going to show you something. Give me a second.
He says he's going to show us something, but
yeah. She came in last fall. I asked her to come in. I had a new backdrop and I wanted to try it for fairies. And I didn't want to try it blind, meaning fairy do an event and let's just use the new backdrop. I wanted to test it. Hold on. Oh, it's coming.
we're all on the edge of our seats.
There she is. Okay. That's her. She was only 9 or 10 here. So, and she's come in for ice fairies, and I really like the way she photographs. So I asked her mom, I said, can you bring her in? I need to do some tests. When they came in, and she had brought a few dresses in, I said, oh, I didn't expect that because this was for the fairy shoot that with the new backdrop. By the way, the backdrop didn't work. It was a complete flop. And I didn't know that because you don't know it until you know it, right? So
what was the backdrop?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask. I have to find it now. You know what? Can I show you later? While one of you are talking, I'll go look it up. I think it's. Okay. I should have planned this better, so I could have showed you. But it was too big. It looked good in the Facebook ad. I remember that. It looked good, and I liked it. Oh, here it is. There she is. In Ice Fairies. There's the backdrop there.
Okay.
I didn't like it.
I remember you saying that when you first bought it, but I like it.
I thought it was going to be, I don't know. I gave up. I said, I'm not going to use it. I might change my mind. I might find a new purpose for it. So, but it was only $120 US, from Kate.
Kate?
Was it either Kate or the other one, iBackdrop.com. I used the two of them. But I was really excited when I saw it because it's got blue built in it. I like the fact that it's got blue, but it's kind of dark and busy. So anyways, that's not my point. So she comes in and I did this session and she had the dress. So I'm like, okay, you got the dress. Where the hell am I? I have to get back to where's the page? I lost it, see? Sassy Sessions. So she came in and her mom's telling me that she did a photo shoot with this there's a company in town that they do headshots for kids and they teach them acting and modeling. I think maybe Nancy, you do something similar. You teach them modeling and all that stuff, and you include a photo shoot. So the mom was telling me about this, and it got in my brain. I said, that might be a market. That might be a market. So, but also when I'm photographing her, she's really enjoying it, right? I got her jumping. It's like I could tell, like, wow, this guy's crazy. He's having me do all this fun stuff and have her spinning, and it was just high energy. And I really, I'm good. I'm good with kids. I'm good with kids of all ages, teenagers. When they're younger, I feed off their energy, and I could see they really enjoy it. So I thought, well, that combined with the fact that there might be a market, I said, maybe this is a thing. So I created this page. I put all these images up there, all ages from 5 all up to teenagers. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's a session. Maybe it's a promotion. So here it is. Youthful fun, show your best side, express your personality, perfect for actor modeling, headshots, ideal for promotion, branding, social media, created for young people ages 5 to 20. And here's how I priced it out. It's regular $497, on sale for $297. Includes digital files ready to go, up to 3 outfit changes. What are your thoughts, you guys? And I'll let Nancy go first because I know John already gave me some feedback. And
Plus, this is right up Nancy's alley. So,
yeah, but you kind of forgot what you had told me there, Johnny. So
I'd love to hear what John had to say.
Yeah, I will send that to you, but hold on. Okay, he said, love the Sassy session idea. Curious to see how you do with it. Wish I had hair makeup person for $90. It's usually around $150 for both around here. Because here I have, if you want hair and makeup, it's $90. Well, I'm used to paying $75. I don't know. What do you think?
I pay $100.
So do you think I should increase this to $100?
I think you should discuss that with your stylist.
Okay, let me do that. So, but what's your general thoughts overall, Nancy? Do you have any ideas or? And sorry, before you say anything, I'm going to run it in the spring, and I'm going to push it hard for 2 weeks on social media with paid ads. I'm going to target young women. Okay, so I'm going to target them in the Facebook pay-per-click, and I'll throw $50 at it. You can get to a lot of people, and Instagram too. So, anyways, that's what I got to say about that. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a really tough sell.
Okay, why is that?
For a number of different reasons. For the same reason that the high school senior sessions are a tough sell in Canada. First of all, it's a very long session.
2 hours.
Yeah. And, if you made a day out of it and turned it into a party with multiple participants,
right,
you would probably have better luck than just trying to convince kids to come in for professional. You can call them Sassy sessions, but the pictures that I'm seeing are professional headshots for modeling or whatever. Now with the rise of AI, models are going to be out of business in another year or two.
You think so? Eh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a pretty big claim.
So I really feel like the day of, especially the high school students coming in just for a photo session, it's a tough sell. I mean, high school senior portraits in the States have been on decline. A lot of photographers complaining about that. So if you can offer some different kind of experience.
Right. Okay, let's go there for a minute. When
you might do better.
You've had experience doing that, right? You turn it into like from say 1 to 6 or from 4 to 8, 9 at night. Do what, like food, music, a group of say 12 girls, or
bring in your stylist, teach them something special, teach them something, give them something besides the photos to feed off of.
Interesting. Give them a mini photography seminar And
They
what
don't.
else?
They don't care how the camera works.
No,
They
but
do not.
posing,
Yeah.
lighting.
Posing, hair, makeup, skin. Bring in nail artists, turn them into mermaids. Bring in somebody who can do something extreme. Like there's a million different things you can do to capture their attention.
Yep.
Your young kids, you'll do okay with, because there's a fair number of moms still that believe that their children are all destined for Disney.
Well, this kid here was a mom who brought her kid in last year for headshots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for that reason.
Yeah, there are agencies out there and groups out there telling moms that their kids are beautiful and they need to register, and those are businesses as well, and they prey on that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then moms run out and get professional headshots, but the kids themselves know nothing about modeling.
Yeah. Interesting. So you're creating a whole new package redefined by an experience and a heavy sort of like learn a bunch of new stuff, and your life will be better for these reasons.
Yeah.
That you're going to learn.
And like your banner there, okay? That to me is a headshot session, and the teenagers are going to scroll right by that.
Yeah, this here.
But scroll down a bit. Keep going. Keep going. Right? Keep going. Keep going. Just keep going. Yeah. That's good.
This one here.
That's interesting. Yeah, because it shows that they can be with their friends in a cool place. But it's the bottom one that's the eye catcher.
This one.
Yep. The wide angle lens.
The one of
the
yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I should put those in this banner.
Yeah, a really funky, colorful banner that doesn't focus on headshots. Because honestly, they don't care. They've got iPhones.
Yeah, they do. Damn iPhones, ruining it for everybody. Well, thanks for that. You just burst my balloon.
Do I think that the idea can work of doing these fun sessions? Yes,
Yep.
I think it just needs a little bit of tweaking. But you know what? Run it. Prove me wrong.
I'm going to. I'm willing to say in the end, if you were 100% right, I'm going to say, Nancy, I tried it my way, and you were right. But I'm going to try it anyways, and I'm going to really think about what it was you said about the experience thing. It sounds like a lot more work, but it's interesting. Like if you can create. Like the fairy sessions are like that. They're a whole level of experience. It's not you coming in and having your picture taken. It's not that.
Right.
It's a transformation. The kids love it. First of all, they love it. So we got something they love. I want to be a fairy. There's virtually almost no girl on this planet that doesn't want to be a fairy. No 5-year-old, 6-year-old girl. And so that's an easy sell from that. And then when they come in, the experience is this and this and this and this and this. So, but anyways, thanks for that.
Yeah, I just want to comment on one thing you just said there, that it sounds like so much more work.
It does, yeah.
But let's say you have 5 people that take you up on this. It's a 3-hour session, right?
The one I'm promoting is 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay. So
three clothing changes.
That's 10 hours of shooting, plus whatever editing you do.
Right. If you had 5?
Yeah.
Right.
So if you ran an 8-hour day, you've just gained 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, if I have 5 bookings, that's $1,500. 5 times 10 hours. It's not a half bad payday. So, anyways, yeah.
And I'm just looking also.
I don't think you need to change the price if you turn it into an event.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm looking at the price for the extra outfit. It's $75 and you get 2 bonus files. They might look at that and say, I'm only going to get 2 images if I change my outfit. That might be another thing too. And like I said, they want something easy. So instead of saying hair and makeup as an extra $90, maybe put it into the price so that it's maybe $347 or $397, includes hair and makeup. that might attract more too. Because I know when we do the International Women's Day, it comes with hair and makeup. They get pampered and stuff like that. Instead of giving them their own option, just say it comes with it.
It'd be cool to get some sort of a celebrity doing hair and makeup and just hire him for the whole day.
And see here, it's hard finding somebody that could do both hair and makeup.
Yeah.
Because here I'm
yeah.
paying about $75 for makeup, maybe, and $75 to $85 for hair, because it's two separate people.
So Nancy, are you doing something similar? And can we talk about you now and then get off to John? Tell us what you've been up to, unless you guys have more to say on this topic. There will be follow-up. I'll let
I'm
you
just
know.
watching how you're going to do it and how it works, so I can see and something I want to incorporate.
It's just an idea. I was having this conversation the other day with a local lady. Well, she's from Chicago, retired, and we were talking about something idea. And I was telling her everything in life, every business, every project, every movement starts with an idea, usually around the kitchen table, or you're driving somewhere. It's like, here's an idea. And boom, next thing you know. So this is what this is. And it might, I like shooting young people like that. Like when I used to do high school proms, I used to love that stuff. I was in my element, and everybody looks so good, and they're all glam, and the girls are hyped up into their dresses. They're excited. This is a big event, and I just love that stuff. And I like posing them. I like interacting with them. I'm pretty good at it. I really connect with kids, even though I'm a lot older than them. I connect with them, and they kind of look at me like, "This guy's all right." This guy's all right. Well, it's true. Like one of my friends, my daughter's friends last fall, he's 27. He told me this guy's like, he's a bit of a stand-up. He works at a restaurant. He's a part-time stand-up comic, and he's big into hip hop. But he says to me, he says, "Rob, you're not like an old guy." He says, you're almost like a bro. You're not like my dad. My dad, who's 56. I mean, he's an old guy. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool to hear that. I like that. But
yeah,
anyways.
It's true though. Yeah.
I think it's all a mindset. So, it's easy to stay youthful in your thinking. But that's just me. I've always been immature.
I'm with you.
So am I.
So Nancy, what are you up to?
Yeah. So post-COVID, COVID was very, very hard on the studio. Closed down my modeling program, closed down a lot of stuff. Dance studios were closed, so the last year around this time, I basically said, okay, I'm either going to go real hard or I'm going to close her down. And I rented a studio in downtown, which is where I am now. I'm in the office of my new studio. It's just shy of 3,000 square feet. And I really focused my energy on doing a boutique volume model of business. So everything that I do now has basically a volume component to it. So there are anchors to the business for different seasons and all year round. One of them is dance, of course, and shooting artistic sports. Last weekend, we did 25,000 pictures. And I'm right in the midst of dance studios right now. So we also added figure skating this year. That went really, really well.
Wow.
Then we have our modeling programs, which we ramped up again in September with a very slow start after COVID. It was just like starting over. And
really?
those are now running again, back to where they should be. So I'm very, very happy with that. And on the 23rd, we're having a pop-up prom shop where we're selling prom dresses at reasonable rates. And with every prom dress purchased, you get a mini shoot with your prom dress for your graduation. And then we're also promoting the modeling program through that. So, funneling people through the different things. We've added birthday parties with themes. So rather than just doing a fairy day, we've added fairy day birthdays. Mm-hmm. And that's bringing in 6 to 7 children at a time to do their fairy shoots, 3 hours. I hire employees. We do all-inclusive parties. So we include the cake and the balloons and some games and some prizes and a loot bag and the photo shoot. And that's been working really well. Although the fairies, I'm still playing with the editing. It's not where I want it to be because I need to ramp up the speed of the edits for fairies so that my actual fairy days can have a more luxury experience.
Right.
But we're also doing superheroes, pirates, wizards, and then we do the Diva Party for the tweens, which is a take on our modeling program, and our models can actually teach those days where we do some workshops and we do high fashion shoots with the kids for the birthday party.
Wow.
And then, of course, the micro weddings, which is what actually pulled me through COVID. Thank you very much, Rob.
Glad it worked out.
Yeah. So we've still got that. We got the barn. We've got the Fairy Glen. We've got a field. I've been renting different locations, and that's going strong. So very happy with that. And then behind the scenes, that whole boutique volume model, basically that I've tried to create, that started with dance, has become its own teaching business.
Wow.
So we're bringing that back, starting a podcast this month as well, and bringing back the lessons and the membership, which has been on hiatus for about a year while we got the studio set up. So lots going on, actually.
No kidding.
Yeah.
When do you get to sleep?
Oh, I have really strict boundaries. I have very strict boundaries. These are my hours, and I don't answer my phone.
Yeah. This is amazing. I was going to say, are you done yet?
Yeah, I'm done. If I can share my screen, I'll show you some of my fairy pictures from the birthday parties. Now,
I'd love to also, I want everybody to see your wedding venue. I freaking love that. I love it.
Oh, I don't know if I have pictures on this computer, but I'll look.
Excuse me. I got it here on my on your website. We can go to that in a minute later.
How do I
go down to the bottom where it says present? Yep. Click on there, and then it should say share screen.
Yep.
And then pick one of the tabs there. Should have it. It'll be the Chrome tab, either Windows or entire screen. You should be able to find it on one of those tabs there. And then it'll come up on my side here, and I'll share it in the group there. On the thing there. That's if you have it open on your computer already.
Yep.
Oh, here it comes.
Can you see that?
Yep, and there we go. You're in.
Okay, now do I have to make it bigger or smaller? Well, I do.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
You can make those thumbnails bigger if you want.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're going to start here with a couple of fairy pictures. So this was a backdrop that I picked up with Kate backdrop.
Right.
And the idea when I purchased it was because I have so many costumes for the kids to choose from, and part of the experience is to, grab the costume that you really love, and, getting dressed is half the fun. Mm-hmm. I wanted a backdrop that I could pull out different colors with. Okay. And I'm still, like I said, I'm still up in the air about this one. But the editing itself is fairly lengthy.
We're still just seeing your thumbnails if you've opened them up or not.
Can you see that?
If you open them up, it comes as a separate window, so you might have to go and change it because I'm just seeing thumbnails.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute.
So what I don't like about Zoom, the interface kind of sucks in this sense. Try it again. So you go when you go to present, it'll show you.
Sharing the screen again.
It'll show you different options.
Yeah, I'd probably go under the tabs, the Chrome tabs or something, and
Can you see
way
that
if it
now?
opened up in a second. Let me bring it in. Sorry, my bad. I had it on a different screen. Now we can see it nice and big.
Okay. So that is one of the fairy portraits. This one I picked to show you because it really shows how busy the background is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Toned down a little bit there.
It's not bad. I kind of like it.
The kids love it. But like I said, the whole editing process right now is slow, and it's slower than I need it to be for a birthday party.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How many fairy backdrops do you have?
4.
Which are you using all 4, or are you sort of gearing towards one?
This is the one that I wanted to use for parties, and
Okay.
I would use the other ones strictly for fairy days.
Okay, so 2. So when I get a new backdrop, I'll use it for several years, and I'll start getting sick of it. And I'm starting to look at new options. That's why I went with what I just showed you. I'm going to suggest to you, Nancy, if you can send me that file there, raw. Just send me the raw file and let me work on it for you, give you a detailed analysis, and I'm going to try my workflow ideas. I love doing that, by the way. And that way you get to see other photographers' take on it. Now, when you're talking about fairies, that's an area that I'm well versed in. However, I want to address the main key struggle here, and that is the fact that you're spending too much time. My fairy workflow is 2 minutes, 3, 4 minutes when I'm doing a 30-inch print. I'm fast, and I really don't. I feel the pain and struggle when I hear these photographers they're just going crazy, spending so much time trying to get the workflow done. And if you're not making like thousands and thousands of dollars per sale, it's hard to justify spending that much time, and plus losing your sanity. So, you willing to do that?
My workflow isn't that much longer than yours.
Well, you just said it. You just said it was taking you forever.
No, not forever, but these are about 4 to 5 minutes each.
And what's wrong with that?
That's too long.
Oh,
so when
right.
I have a birthday party and there's 7 kids.
Oh, you're doing them live.
And there's 20 photos for each child. If those pictures aren't edited by Monday and ready to go, the excitement is gone.
Yeah.
So therein lies the issue for me is and I, like I said, I think I want to take the birthday party edits down a notch so that they don't compete with my fairy days. The other thing that I've discovered is that when you do an event that is geared around something that is not necessarily photography driven for the attendees, sales go down.
Yeah.
So with these fairy birthday parties or pirates or whatever, all the rest don't have nearly as much editing as fairies, but the kids are coming to the party for the party, and then the parents are being asked to buy photos after the fact. So sometimes yes, sometimes no. So there's that little bit of struggle there, where you come at them with a $400 to $600 package, they're just going to be like, yeah, I don't think so, because that's not what they came to the party for.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why, like I said, I really want to dial it back so that I can volumize this and bring the price down.
So you're selling packages of 10 files?
I'm not selling anything. They get a group picture. That's it.
A group or a group of pictures?
No, they get a group photo.
Okay, I'm trying to get this in proper perspective. You're doing these events and you're having a hard time getting the files ready by Monday. What are those that you're trying to get ready? I must have lost you somewhere.
Proofs for the parents who attended to see.
Oh, I see. Oh, so you're getting... All right. So you're working them all up as proofs.
Not all of them, but enough of them, and it's still,
yeah,
cutting into my boundaries of I take Sunday off, that kind of thing. So, like I said, this is the fairy birthday parties are still a work in progress for me. The model program is something I feel like I have figured out. So this is a workshop that we do with our model program.
Okay. We got to sit on fairies for a minute.
Sure. Back to fairies.
Sorry. I wasn't done. I want to hear about your model because that sounds very similar to what I'm trying to do. Maybe I'll have to call it a model, whatever. I just want to mention this. You're doing these fairy day birthday parties and you're including a photo session. How much are you charging per kid for that?
It's $5.95 for the party. The party's
how
all inclusive. There's 5 kids plus 1,
Okay.
and then it's $125 for every extra child.
So you give them a session. The kids, the parents are like, "Oh, maybe I'll buy more." I mean, yeah, okay. If they know this in advance, that's not a bad thing. So we're going to take pictures. Do the kids get anything included in that? Do you give them one file or one print?
They get 1 print of a group photo.
A group photo, okay. So if you're upselling from there, it's kind of a bizarre angle, but maybe not, to what I do, which is a fairy day event booked every 30 minutes apart. Similarly, but you're turning it into a longer event. You're asking for money up front. It's a birthday party. So I was going to suggest that you don't do any workflow when you go to selling. I do action, Photoshop action, and we show them when they're booking. We show them when they're there in the studio, and when they do the sales session, we show them again. This is what your images are going to look like. Never been an issue. You don't have to do any workflow to show them what their images are going to look like. You can just show them other examples from previous shoots. I would suggest you do that. That's going to immediately save your time, because all you're going to have to do is run a quick Photoshop action. So does that count for something, or do you totally disagree with me?
that's absolutely on the table.
And I know I do some of Rob's sessions.
Wall of portraits would be the way to go, so that when they come into the studio, they see that.
When Rob comes here to do it, I help his wife do sales sessions, and that's what I tell them. I show them now you can see these proofs. There's just been a basic little action he's done to them just to kind of get to the final. But I said, you see, there's no orbs, there's nothing. He'll add those later. He'll put lights in the lanterns. He'll put orbs in there.
But we show them before and after. So, okay, well, that's cool. I'd still like to workflow your image if you're willing. If you're willing. I don't know. Up to you, Nancy.
I'd have to get a model release.
Yeah, well, it would just be something I would do for you, so nobody would see it.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyways,
sure.
I'll just leave that. I'll just leave that.
Why not?
I would like to show you Ted Linzak's images. They're sort of along the same line as of what you're creating. My style is half sepia, much more of a painterly effect. But what you're doing is very bright, bold colors. I'm going to promise you something right now. I'm going to blow your mind away when I show you what Ted's done with his fairies. And before we close off this photo buzz, okay? Remind me to do that. So meantime, I'll leave it at that, and I'll let you continue on with your model. I'd love to hear about your modeling thing.
Me too.
Okay, so going back here, modeling classes. We did a webinar on this a couple of years back, Rob.
I remember that.
Yep. So my modeling programs run 12 weeks, and there's multiple photo sessions. There's multiple workshops involved. There is weekly training on the basics. So your posing, your runway, expression, those things are all included. And then this is one of the workshops that we did, which is called Yesterday's News. And we bring in 250 newspapers and some pizza and some pop. And the moms, and in this case, we had a dad as well. This girl's dress was created by her dad.
Wow.
Wow. We spend a few hours making the dresses. Where
the hell did you get that idea from? That's insane.
It extended out of a workshop that I took in San Diego when I was on a Seniors Ignite convention.
Okay.
Years ago, back in 2013, somebody had said that they wanted to do cool stuff with, they used felt for a dress. And I was like, well, I don't have felt, but I have newspapers. Do people make newspaper dresses? And I Googled it, and sure enough, they did. So that turned into a workshop. But we do a little bit of pattern making with it as well to show how to obtain proper fit. And then we bring in our stylist for hair and makeup. So these are some of the pictures from that day. And we did wigs that day too. So these are all wigs. This little girl's 9. Yeah. Bosses everybody else around.
She's the alpha female.
So just doing some fun stuff there.
I like that backdrop with the neon lights. Is that from Kate?
No, that is actually a straight up black background, and then we used gelled strobes, and the neons are an overlay.
Okay, nice. So yeah, it's really cool.
So it gives an illusion that they're real lights shining on them with the gels on the lights, but really
Exactly.
they're not.
Exactly. Yeah. And the gels add to the experience, because if you're just shooting on a plain background, it's not as much fun. But when they see the color added like in the camera, they like that. And then when they see the neons added, it's like, oh my gosh, wow.
So when you pop a shot off and they look at the back of the screen or on a monitor, they're like, oh, wow. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just see it with the black background too.
And they just see it with the black and then the gelled lights.
So
I mean, this is a huge experience, the newspaper day.
How many kids did you have in on that one?
We had 5 on this one.
Hey, you're doing lots of stuff. What technical for a second? What is that light called that projects that onto the black background? Is it by a certain company or?
Oh, the gelled strobes that I'm using?
Yeah.
Godox.
Okay.
But she's talking about that pattern in the back there, Rob, is not shined on the backdrop there. She adds that on Photoshop later on. The background. That's a black background, and then she overlays those colors in the background.
I'm misunderstanding someone here. I was under the impression that that's what she did, and then I thought Nancy told me, no, there's a flash that goes off and creates these overlays. But no, this is in Photoshop, right, Nancy?
Yeah, the overlays are in Photoshop. It's just an action that I create, and then I batch it.
Okay.
Cool. But the gelled strobes are real.
We're talking about gel strobes on her left, our right.
Her left, and her right. Yeah.
Okay. Similar to my Butler's Babel headshot that I did with the blue and the yellow, like that.
Yeah, yeah. So I get it.
Yeah.
Excuse me, too much sun, and I've been away. I've been away from the studio for too many months.
That's okay. We don't hold it against you.
My brain is in the jungle. I hear you. No,
but yeah, cool. It's all designed to be like a really huge experience to bring the parents in to have a whole lot of fun. This is one of our, longer workshops. This is 4 hours. There's pizza, everybody making a mess. It takes hours to make the dress. It takes minutes to shoot it, and it takes 30 seconds to tear it off.
So can I do this in my little tiny studio, which is probably not a lot bigger or smaller, probably a bit smaller than John's studio? You don't need a lot of room to do something like this, do you?
Well, you just need the room for the kids to spread out with their newspapers.
And I think I could do 5 kids. How much did you charge? Same idea as the Fairy Bird?
This is part of our modeling program.
Yeah, we talked about that.
This is our 12-week program, and every 12 weeks, I have one session that's over the top. And this is the winter session that's over the top. In the fall, we do latex scar makeup.
I remember that.
Yeah. In the spring, we either have our parachute, weather permitting, or we'll do something off the wall with graffiti. And then in the summer, we do mermaids on the beach.
That's too cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. You have boutiquevolume.com. That's you, right?
Yeah.
So I remember when you started that. That's still going strong. You got members joining on?
There's still people joining on. This January, have you ever heard of ClickFunnels?
Yep.
Yeah. So this January, I signed on to ClickFunnels, and I've been completely revamping the Boutique Volume website in ClickFunnels. And I actually have it pulled up here if you want me to share it.
Go for it. This is unexpected, but I wanted to mention this in case we can help you get some extra members.
Let's see here.
So I Googled your name and that came up. So I remember that. You got a bunch of stuff going on. You got Inspired Weddings. You're on the Peter Hurley headshot. You have a page. Did you know that?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that I do. I took his intensive back in 2013.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, 2013. That was a game changer. Really? I owe a lot of success, I think, with my photography to Peter Hurley.
And he's headshots. So obviously what
He's
he
the
taught
master of
you.
expression.
Yeah, no doubt. He's got that
It
going
translates to everything. It translates to everything. But yeah,
on. Yeah.
he's the master of expression. Can you see that boutique volume page,
I see the site overview.
Rob?
Yeah, site overview.
Okay.
I was going to go to
That's
that
not what I
intensive
want.
Peter Hurley had there in Burlington last summer, but I never got a chance to.
Picture in picture. Try it again.
Yeah. There we go. Can
There
you
we
see
go.
that
Now
now?
we see it. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So this site is not finished yet, but this is the new boutique volume.
Mm-hmm.
I've been bringing in models as well. So alongside the boutique volume .com, we have an app being built, which will basically be like a pocket full of poses for dance photographers, skating photographers, and it'll
Nice.
cover all different genres with proper technique.
It's amazing.
So each of the buttons, of course, starts a funnel.
Scroll up again, Nancy. I want to ask you something. Does it go up higher?
Above the fold.
Above the fold. I forget what I was going to ask you. Never mind. It'll come to me. I remembered. You got to scroll back up. I love this. Volume meets luxury. There it is. I often, when people are in a quandary about trying to explain something, I go, just tell it to me in 5 words or less. And they always say, no, I can't do that. And then they stop, think about it. And they're like, volume meets luxury. There it is. You just explained it. Nothing else needs to be said.
So, I mean, in building boutique volume, what I really want to try and do is create a tribe. Because for the last, I mean, since I opened Shine Photo in 2011, I have been following different gurus and taking different workshops and everything. And what I'm always being told is that I have to niche down hard, only shoot one thing and charge high for it. And that is what I hear over and over and over again. And quite honestly, I just don't buy it.
Neither do I.
And you know, the fact that I'm running a successful studio that doesn't do that is proof. Does that luxury model of, you know, niche down, sell high work? Yes, it absolutely does. But you also have to take into consideration economic times, the socioeconomic status of your area,
Yep.
you know, the quality of your work.
Yep.
If you're a new photographer, how are you going to justify $2,000 for a wall portrait or more? You know, that's very difficult to do. And then the great disruptor is coming up, and I mentioned that earlier, is AI. You know, I mean, Facebook took 3 years to get to 100 million users.
Yeah.
Chat GPT took 2 months.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So
However, I don't think we can predict where it's going. I really don't, because let me give you an example. And this is an interesting topic. We could probably talk for the next 2 hours on AI. But here's my take. Tell me what you think.
Yep.
Back in the 90s, video cameras, or in the early 2000s, video cameras, the thing was, why would you hire a photographer now when you could shoot video and you can capture any one of those frames and print them out? The quality is good enough now. Let's assume, you could question whether or not that's an accurate statement, but let's assume it's accurate. Didn't matter. People are not going to go through those steps of going through and capturing an image and printing it out. They're just not going to do it, even though they could. No matter how easy it is, it's just not something they're going to do. So I'm a little bit skeptical, because I know human nature and I know how people are. When you say we can create this experience for you, all the stuff you're doing, Nancy, all the stuff I'm doing with the Fairy Day events, that's an experience. AI cannot duplicate that.
No, but I do believe that AI is going to change how we do tasks. I don't think it's going to replace photography. I'm not even remotely worried about that.
Okay.
But I think it will completely change the way we do tasks. It will change the way we blog. It will change the way we write headlines for our ads. It will help to generate really cool pictures from pictures that we take.
Yeah.
We can create prompts that can be sold to other photographers. There are all kinds of ways that AI can be incorporated. And I think that if you're late to the show, because it's changing so fast, you're going to be left behind exponentially month by month.
What you're saying is, what I hear is it's going to be used as an effective marketing tool to help us grow our business.
Marketing tool and workflow tool. It's going to be used for a lot of things. It's going to be a real game changer, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's going to also affect the headshot industry a lot, because there are these new AI ones now where you can just take a picture with your cell phone against a plain back wall, and people are sending it out and they're putting you in different things and getting great branding shots, and some of them are looking fantastic. So you're going to have to up your game. I don't think it's going to take the headshot industry away. It's just going to impact it very much, especially with the branding part of it.
Yeah. So I think it's definitely, something to watch and and learn and be on par with, so that we aren't left behind going, oh, what's that?
The first thing that occurred to me when I first started hearing about this was like, oh, I can use it to help my copywriting and blogging. So if I have an idea, say, I don't know if you noticed this, but I use a lot of fairy poem quotes in my fairy posts when I go Facebook and Instagram, whatnot. I just go search for fairy poems and I take a verse. Well, AI can probably do that for me. I can get something that matches an image. Just make up a brief statement, and that would be a nice tag along to go with a blog post or a.
There's a lot of them already doing that right now, where you just type in the ideas you want to get across, and it's writing your blog for you, and then you just have to proofread and say, yeah, that's it, and then you just upload it. Yeah. So you don't have to sit there and do it.
And if you have enough content already online that's tagged to you, you can even tell it to write it in your voice to make that blog post sound like you, and it'll do that.
So as long as it's done in a sense where it's authentic, it appears authentic, and people buy it.
It's a task, it's efficiency.
But I could see where if people are overdoing the AI and they're doing their headshots and it's kind of overkill and obvious, I think it's not going to give them. It's going to backfire.
Well, I think that'll just die off the way Instagram filters did.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the thing.
But because it's improving so fast, like it's improving at the speed of light.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
You could see AI take over as a search engine, and things that we thought would be around forever, like Google, become obsolete.
Unbelievable. So you got that new studio. We talked about that the last time we had you on. It was all sort of new and exciting. It's working out for you overall. You're in a high volume, busy street. It was a new, exciting opportunity. In some sense, you were not 100% sure, but you wanted to do it. So it's working out for you overall, Nancy?
Yeah, it really is. I still have my old studio. I kept it as a backup in case things didn't work out. I'm thinking about giving it a kick at the cat to see if I can rent it to other photographers over the next couple of months. And if that doesn't work, then I'm going to give it up.
The old studio is in a sort of an obscure area.
Yeah, it's in an old school in a residential area. Yeah. And it's cute. It's a cute studio for sure. But, from a marketing standpoint, I was completely invisible. And then when Apple decided to, let people choose whether they wanted to be tracked or not, all of a sudden, Facebook ads were not getting the views that they used to. So now you have to, again, spend more money on advertising to make that obscure studio stand out in people's minds.
So you want to rent it out like per shoot type of thing, or do you want to rent it, sublet it to somebody who wants it monthly type of thing?
No, I would probably rent it out on a per shoot basis.
Okay.
I think there are probably enough photographers in town here who would love to have a studio, but can't afford one, or
Exactly.
don't want to run a full-time business. Because hey, let's be honest. I mean, it's a grind, right? You're pedaling
Yep.
all the time.
Yep.
You're a busy lady. So it's working out, your new location, and you're at that situation with your old studio. I want to show the screen. I want to show people the barn. Can I do that?
Yeah.
The barn.
The barn. You got to love this. I would move into a situation like this if one presented itself in my area. Even though I'm turning 65 in July, it's like most people are retiring. I would totally do it.
You still look 25.
There's that's
Retirement's overrated.
Yeah, it is. There's a low res shot from your website. It was the best one I could find.
Mm-hmm.
Can you all see it?
Yep.
The
Yep.
orange-
Looks good.
orange flag. Look at that. Amazing venue. I know the millennials love this sort of stuff. So I hope you're getting lots and lots of bookings and people are going out there.
Yeah, the barn is split half and half with our Fairy Glen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Fairy Glen gets half the bookings and the barn gets the other half. And if it's bad weather, everything automatically moves to the barn.
You got to back up.
Yeah,
So is the pop-up wedding experience working out for you so far?
absolutely. It's one of the main anchors of the business. And again, it fits in with that whole boutique volume. I mean, you can do multiple weddings on a day. You're giving people a luxury experience
At a volume price.
but it's affordable, and going back to that whole niche down, charge high, I just don't believe that only the people who have loads of money should be treated well. I think that everybody that comes into my studio should be getting, as much of a luxury experience as I can possibly provide for them.
That's what I've been saying, John, when I talk about the Swiss Army knife. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different things going on.
Yep.
I'm trying to show a different screen here. Maybe I just got to click show entire screen. That's what I'm going to do. Can you see that?
Yep.
Yep.
That's, again, your barn. What a beautiful setting. I freaking love it. And inspiredweddings.ca is your website. That's amazing. I like doing pop-up weddings. Full weddings, not so much anymore. I think I'm over it. But I love doing pop-up weddings. You get to be a wedding planner. People are excited, and my wife officiates, so we do work together. It's exciting.
Yeah, I just booked a little white church in a pioneer village for a day this summer.
Oh, really?
It's the 26th of August. So we're going to be doing an elopement day. They've got a beautiful 30 by 30 gazebo right beside the church.
Uh-huh.
So I thought that would make for a really fun kind of experience.
Sounds nice. Can I show a picture of that, or is that?
I don't have a picture of it yet.
If I Googled it, would it show up?
It might. Try Founders Pioneer Village.
Yeah, let me do that. When you said that, I just immediately knew. I was like, "This sounds amazing." We don't have that in such Pioneer Village. We got union halls.
Right there below your words there.
I wanted to go to. Oh, it's all in Spanish. Is that it?
So there's that top left there is the Pioneer Village. Tiny pictures, so I can't really see. The church would be over on the left.
Oh,
there's
here it
the
is.
Church. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And then on the other side of the church, there is the gazebo, or they call it the pavilion, which is really pretty.
Nice. That's amazing.
You can just see a section of the pavilion there on the left.
On the left there, yeah, where the yellow rails are.
Cool. I love it. So you're going to do a one-day, you called it an elopement.
Yeah.
The term we use is we call them micro weddings.
Yeah, I call them all micro weddings.
Yeah, and we have a micro wedding day in August, and we got 6 time slots, and I think 4 of them are already booked out. So it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing, and it's just minimal. We've taken the pop-up wedding and made it more, simple.
Yeah.
It's working.
My plan is this summer, though, is to hire more officiants and have other photographers take the pictures. I have no pride. I don't care if it's someone else's pictures that the bride loves or mine.
Yeah.
It's all coming under my umbrella in the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it fits better into my boundaries that way, where I can have.
It's all about lifestyle.
A beer with my husband after dinner on a hot Saturday night.
Did you hear that, John? She likes to sit down and have a beer with her husband.
Exactly.
Boy, did he marry the right woman. Does your wife ever say that to you? I want to sit down with you, honey, and have a beer.
No, it's usually we'll go out in the backyard with the chimney on and have a coffee.
There you go. That's what we do.
Yeah. Craft beer all the way.
I like my craft. I'm an IPA guy, so.
Cool. All right. What do you think? I think we covered lots.
Lots of good information for everybody out there.
I have 83 more questions to ask Nancy. But
I got 24 minutes.
You got a lot going on. I'm really quite impressed with how you're just maintaining this myriad of activities, promotions, photography, and the model program is something I'm fascinated by.
Me too, because I want to try something like that here.
And I would love to learn more about that.
And I found it the last time we had Nancy on that her and I used the same backdrop from Kate's for the Christmas picture. She does Santa with them because if I'm not mistaken, it's Nancy's picture that's the actual sample that's on Kate backdrops for that backdrop.
Yes, it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
It has
unbelievable.
with Santa sitting in the chair there. The only difference I did is I don't use the part of that backdrop that has the fireplace on it because it looked, the way I had it set up, it looked too fake on my end, so I didn't have anything covering it. So I actually just used the floor part as another wall with the windowed wall, and then I have an actual vinyl floor that I put down instead to make it hardwood. And then we put a real fireplace in front of it. So.
Oh, I want to show you before we close off.
You were going to show me somebody's pictures.
Ted's.
Ted, yes.
Ted started doing fairy. He does the Santa stuff, and he's in the category of low niche, high price. Very much like what's his name there, John? We had him on last year from Florida.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
Larry
There's the backdrop I use there.
Yeah.
Same as Nancy's, but I just change it up a little bit.
So, anyways, Ted signed up for my Fairy Masters program, and he sent me some images. He did some tests. He made, I think, about $3,000 on these images. He did one test shoot. Okay, this is going to blow you away. So you can see the screen, right? No.
Now we can. I just brought it in.
Okay. Can you see this?
Yeah, That's beautiful.
Okay.
I love that.
Look at that. Same backdrop.
Yeah.
He's obviously doing some.
He's doing a lot of color grading there.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And he's not doing the half sepia like what I do. So very, very high-end fairies, I consider this. And his approach is
now that's the same backdrop you have. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not at all the same. Completely different.
That's a Kate drop as well.
So amazing what he's done.
Yeah, beautiful.
But I think, like you mentioned, Nancy, demographics matter, the economic situation in your town. Like you're in a sailing town, no? Thunder Bay? I always considered it a port town.
It's a blue collar. It's a mill town.
Blue collar, Milltown, Port
Mhm.
Town. Sudbury, where I'm from, is the same way. Where John's from, lots of farms and military. Um, I just struggle. I know I get the idea. I know a lot of people are doing this, especially Maria. She'll do a shoot, get 3-4 people in, and she'll sell $10,000 on each one of them with no problem whatsoever. But so if I look at this and I go, okay, I want to learn from Ted, and how can I incorporate high end into my format, which is the Fairy Day events, which I'm doing. Like, we do pretty good. I mean, can't argue with it. And I'm sure you're doing pretty good too. Volume meets luxury. Nancy's expression. I love that. Did you make that up, Nancy?
Yeah, as far as I know, I coined the term boutique volume because I started using that when I spoke at Sync in Florida in the Coaches Corner back in 2017. And then I used it a few times. The next thing I know, it started popping up in other places. But it was based on what I was doing with dance. I was taking more than one picture of the sport, offering parents a choice, and raising the prices.
And your sales were above average for what was typically created.
Yeah, well above average. Back then, the national average was $24.95 or something like that for a package, and I was selling at about $118 per person.
And all online.
All online. Yeah, everybody looked at me like I had a total toaster on my head. How can you?
Because when I do my dance, I do pre-sales, so we have an actual. Yeah. We shoot one image of each kid and the group shot, and then we have all the different products you can buy. Maybe I should do it more like yours.
Yeah, like I said, the average sale is still well over $100. I sell albums, I sell canvases. I eliminated trinkets except for keychains. So all those little cheap items, forget it. Packages, one pose in a package. That's it. I don't combine poses in packages. But having said that about online, I do the online sales for dance and for sports because that is the only way that I can manage that many customers. But if a customer was to say to me, can I come in and look at these proofs? All the cash register bells go off in the building.
Yeah.
It's like, hello, yes, you can. Absolutely. Like, there is nothing better than in-person sales for selling. Nothing. But
can you,
online can be done in such a way that it still offers a good experience when dealing with that many people.
You guys can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay. I have an event coming up with Ted for all members of this, just so you all know. And this only costs $20 a month to join, by the way. And it's got tons and tons of content. These are all links to the content, and I add content every day. Ted, I asked him I said, Ted, I got to bring you in. I got to know how you did this. I just switched over to Ted's screen. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, good. I hate asking because it should be automatic. It should just show my screen. And he's 2 to 3 weeks from now, we got a date set, and we're going to do an hour of him explaining this, and then a half an hour of Q&A. And,
I'd love to attend that. That's beautiful. Really, really beautiful.
For you, Nancy, I'll let you in.
You're the best. You're on my Christmas card list.
I'll try to remember to send you the link. John, no, John's not allowed.
I have no desire. I don't do fairies.
I wonder if he's using what they call color lookup tables in or LUTs.
We're gonna find out. But I would like to do a similar thing with you, Nancy, just on your Fairy Day events, birthday parties.
Birthday parties, yeah.
For my members only, and I will pay you a fee for doing that if you're interested, as a speaker, like going to speak at a.
You get a Christmas gift for that. Gee.
That's right. So, but anyways, we'll talk some more about that. I wanted to share that and also remind everybody that if you want more of Nancy, you can go to her members website, boutiquevolume.com. Boutiquevolume.com.
Like I said, that new website that I showed you, that is still under construction.
Mm-hmm.
It's the old website that's still showing.
Yeah.
But there is a free Facebook group that people can join.
Right.
And it'll be announced there as soon as the podcast launches. There's 2 webinars coming up, one on model programs, one on dance photography,
Mm-hmm.
and then multiple workshops and coaching sessions as well.
Oh man, I love that. I should look into that some more because it's well suited with what I was showing you guys with the Sassy sessions and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
We got a
For you,
great-
Rob.
Yeah. Well,
we'll
I
talk.
like to
We'll
know
talk.
when you're doing your webinar. So, but anyways,
Yeah.
good. All right, we'll let you go. You got something else coming on soon, and I appreciate you, joining us and
Yeah,
sharing
always a pleasure. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
We'll have to bring it out for part 3.
Yeah, we will. 8 months from now,
There
we'll
you go.
follow up.
Part
Sounds
3.
good.
Yeah, we'll see how AI is changing the landscape.
We'll all be in here, but it won't be us. It'll be our caricatures of us.
My avatar.
Maybe we'll all be working at McDonald's.
No,
I'll go to Burger King just to be opposite Rob.
All right.
Domino's. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right.
Appreciate
All
it.
right. We'll see you
Thank
later.
you. Bye.